And we're live.
Hello.
Back for day 2.
Yay.
UX and UI Design Week here on Adobe Live. Thanks for joining us. My name is Gus, and I'm joined by Ana Medina.
Hi.
Who's a fantastic designer joining us all week this week. As I said, this is day 2. Anna, would you like to introduce yourself quickly for everyone?
Yeah, so hi everyone. Thanks for joining. If this is your second day here, thank you. And yeah, so I am a senior UX UI designer. I live in San Diego. Fun fact is I was born in Mexico City. And yeah, I come here today to work on an app that's more around the lines of fitness and charity and giving. So if you're into those things, welcome.
If you're into them, awesome. If you're not, you will be after this.
We will make you interested.
They're
in it.
two of Anna's personal interests, so
Yeah.
even if you aren't, tell us you are. Val, it's nice to see you. Divad, nice to see you. Andy, Keita, Bojana, Ariana, Alex, also thank you for the compliment on my shirt. I'm channeling my inner Kevin Lee today. Nils, Ryan, thank you for joining us. We're happy to have you here. Just really quickly, I want to let you know about some ways you can engage with us while we're live. Well, first of all, you can join the chat on Behance. It's the best way to come and talk to us. Let us know what you're thinking. Give us input on the designs. But we also have a challenge going on today. All we're asking you to do is to create something and share it with us. We'll give you feedback, and you'll also have the chance to win Creative Cloud for 1 year. This is just a
thing.
Right. It's just a totally a free contest to try and participate in, and you can win a really cool prize. So check it out. The details are on the challenge tab above chat. All you have to do is create a prototype using the drag gesture in Adobe XD, share it with us, and you're entered. Just also worth mentioning really quickly, we'll also be doing a chat and win in 25-ish minutes, 28 minutes, where you can win a Moo notebook. Moo makes beautiful stationery and business cards, but they also make these really beautiful notebooks. So if you win the chat and win, we'll send you one in the mail. And it's super cool. So stick around for that. All you have to do is be active in chat on Behance. We also were live right before this with Kevin and Jesse. The two of us will be live for 2 hours, and then right after us, Kevin and Jesse are coming back for a second time, but they're switching roles, which is a first for us
so fun.
on Adobe Live. And we're really excited to kind of let them change their roles like that, and you'll be able to experience a different type of design with the same great dynamic duo that you got to experience this morning at 9 o'clock. So make sure to come back around for that. And I think that's all of my basic rundown for the day. We'll jump into designs sooner rather than later, and you can let them know what your plan is.
All right. Okay, so I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of an overview of what we did yesterday, not today. Okay, so yesterday we got started with the login and sign up, created the onboarding experience where you're able to enter your username, select a nonprofit of your choice. This is where you will primarily get an understanding of what the organization does and if you want to go ahead and get started with them.
Mm-hmm. And you made some minor changes, I think, on this screens after the stream yesterday, before this stream.
Right. So yesterday we had a lot of back and forth about the header treatment and whether that was, a color or gray, or so went back to being white.
Nice.
The background's now gray, which is really, I think, much better on the eye.
I really
and
like
then we kept the kind of minty green button. Thank you for everyone that shared the hex values yesterday. That was really helpful.
Yeah, super helpful.
And yeah, so that was kind of one minor change there. We have some screens to show the interaction of allowing access to the health app. That will be important later on, since you will be recording your workouts, and we definitely want to make sure that you are working out in order to give to a charity. And then we will have a little detail page for every charity or nonprofit, and this is where you will get to see more like the details about what your where your money is going, basically. So if you're interested in particular causes that you can support, you can just select those. So today we will be diving more into this particular view, as well as the exercises the navigation, and we'll probably do a little bit of prototyping, which will be fun.
Yes, we're gonna do a little exploration on maybe the drag gesture, which people are using today in their challenge, and maybe some animations. You have some compliments on your glasses.
Oh, thank you.
Laura says nice glasses. I must confess, I was supposed to wear glasses today, and I forgot.
Guys.
I'm sorry.
No. Tomorrow is a different day.
I'll do better tomorrow. KT, nice to see you. And hi Larry. Hi Brian. I think we said hi to you, but good to see you. We have a question about the hex color for the mint.
Yeah, so, okay, let's see over here. What is this? That is 2-4.
2-4.
B4. 9E.
Oh, my screen just stopped working. Got it. 2-4. E4 or B4?
B4. 9E.
9E. All right, it's in chat. You now have it.
Yeah, cool. So, okay. For today, again, the focus will be creating the detail view for the nonprofits and the charities. So, something cool that I was kind of thinking about was okay, maybe if we have these little tiles that give you the causes that you're supporting, maybe we provide a little image and then you can kind of just scroll through them.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I see a comment about Funky Cold Medina. I have heard that a bunch of times and it never gets old.
I thought of that too.
Yeah.
But I didn't bring it up because my name's Gus and people always tell me, oh, I have a dog named Gus, or I know a dog.
No.
and so I know you probably heard it before, and I was like, I'll just.
Yeah, no, that's okay. It's not as often as you would think.
Really?
But, it still happens from time to time. And it was funny because I was working at this office where we had we had music in the bathroom, but we had records and we had a record player inside the bathroom.
That's pretty fancy.
I know.
It's like a nice bathroom.
Yeah, it's crazy because people would just play music, turn it all the way up, leave the bathroom, and then next time you went in there, it was just blasting with music.
Man.
But that was one of those records that they have.
So if you went into the bathroom, they would just throw it on.
I know. Yeah, so that was fun times.
I forgot to mention. Just real quickly, we did have a winner for our challenge yesterday, and I don't think you know who the winner is. Did you get to see the winning design?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think you did. So this was designed by Garafi Ayub, which I think that's how you pronounce your name. I'm sorry if I messed it up, but Garafi did an amazing job using. Actually, yesterday's prototype did the drag, which I just messed up. But there's a really cool animation. And you can click on place bid, and it pops up some cool stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And I think the slider changes the amount.
Holy.
And then there's a little survey.
Oh, this is so fun.
Pretty impressive use of all of the cool prototyping features in XD. So,
do you want to just come and join us and show us a few tricks?
Yeah, if you're watching now, we've got a teleporter machine. You can hang out with us. But really, if you're watching and you're trying to use the drag gesture, these are some good, this is a good example of ways to use it. We're certainly not looking for something that has to be this polished. This was just one of those rogue submissions that we thought was really stellar.
Yeah.
But this is an example of one that won yesterday. And if you share today, we're going to show your work tomorrow. So get going on that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, don't mean to cut you off.
No worries, yeah. Hi, Jess. I see you.
Oh, Jessica Moon.
I know.
Jessica, we're excited that you'll be at Adobe here very soon. We'll have to touch base and watch some anime.
Best.
Oh yeah, if you're watching and you're an anime fan, let us know in chat what your favorite anime show is.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm curious what people will say.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. I have a few images that I would like to throw in here, but I think what I'm gonna do first is turn this into a symbol, so then we can just go ahead and adjust it freely. And then, 1 second. You know what I was trying to do? Just grab these two handles, but I don't think I can.
Oh, I see, like how you would do it on Illustrator.
Yeah. Let's see, right there. Maybe this one. There we go.
Yeah, that works. I wonder if you can do that. I'll look into that on the side.
Cool.
But that's a good way to fix it.
Yep.
Oh, we got some Plus Ultra fans in chat. That's My Hero Academia, which is a pretty cool show.
Oh my gosh, I need to catch up on all of that.
Whenever I email Jess, I've emailed her a couple times, and I always sign it at the bottom, Plus Ultra.
That's her love language.
Yeah.
She just loves that kind of stuff.
Jess also loves Digimon.
Oh.
I'm a big Digimon fan too.
Okay, let's see here. So now this is a symbol, and I have done that using Command K.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go ahead and extend this a little bit further so I can use the repeat grid.
Nice.
And I'm gonna go ahead and create this.
Look at how easy that is.
It's so simple.
What?
And not only that, but you can also adjust right here. If you think they need a little bit more space or a little bit less space.
Nils has a question. What your top 5 inspiration resources are for design?
Ooh, okay. So there's a site that I really like. It's called Trendland.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little bit of everything. A little bit of furniture, interior design, graphic design. There's not a lot of UX UI in there, but I would say it is just cool for other things. There's like design inspiration.
Cool.
I find really cool.
I find that graphic design and UI, UX design, or interaction design, I feel like those fields cross over more than people tend to think on the surface.
I think so too, yeah. I mean, there's so much that, I mean, it follows the same principles and the same kind of guidelines. So, yeah, in a way, you can get inspiration from a lot of places and still be able to translate it pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think those would be top 2. And I'm always like looking through Musical.ly. I have the Chrome extension for that, and that's usually one of the places where I will find like really random articles or like things in Product Hunt and things like that. So
nice.
Recommend that.
Cool. So we got top 3. We don't have to dig too
I don't
hard.
know if I have that many.
I'm going to go ahead and throw Behance out there. Shout out to Behance.
Oh, absolutely.
I actually really do enjoy looking on Behance and the team here for the live streams. We actually will look at people's projects and portfolios to find potential guests. So if you are active on Behance and you're creating projects and you're sharing your process and you're telling your story, who knows, you might be on the live stream someday. So kind of cool.
Get on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna be adding a few images and then I'll adjust the text. But this is just to give us an idea of what the actual page is gonna start looking like. Okay, so some of the other causes that I was thinking about is there's like this concept in the world of giving where you can do a one-time donation or you can do possibly like a recurring donation. So what I was thinking is we could have a simple layout where we just have them all like as an aggregate, or we could potentially do a fun little like, maybe it's like categorized by things that you can do to donate one time or other causes that you can do to have like more of like a recurring donation.
Yeah, that would be great.
So in that way, it would be cool to kind of have like a place where you can just kind of swipe through or like do a little interaction there. Okay, so let me just give myself a little bit more room.
I love the recurring aspect of this because I think recurring donation can be somewhat intimidating for people that don't have like a consistent income or maybe people that are like early on in their career.
Yeah, totally.
But they still would like to give regularly in some way, and you're saying, hey, you want to do a recurring donation? Tie it to this activity.
Yeah.
And pledge to do it every day and partner with this company, and then you'll get it done.
Absolutely.
Which could be super cool. Oh, we got Tim Mo Beast in the chat. Good to see you, Tim. Thanks for joining us.
Hey.
Tim was moderating our German streams And now he's here for the US streams.
That's awesome. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah. We missed you.
Okay, so I know I'm going back and forth on this, but since we just introduced the idea of maybe having 2 categories, it makes more sense to have the repeat grid go horizontally, just so that way we can later on kind of like swipe through.
Cool.
So we'll do that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and re-add my images to these little tiles here. Let's see. Oh, that didn't quite work.
Shubham is wondering if there's a way to make individual changes to repeat grid elements.
Individual changes. Yeah, so that's actually what I'm trying to do right now. I'm pretty sure there's a way, but for some reason right now it's, I don't know if it's because it's outside of the artboard, but right now I'm selecting the image and I'm trying to drop it into...
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Or let me see. What if I go this way again?
I think it'll work that way.
Bring it... Okay, that's a photo that I just have right now. Okay, there's this. And this, okay. So let's see how that behaves now. Yep.
Yeah. I wonder... I think it's because it's not within the artboard.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't have context for how to confine the image for the shape.
This.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to suggest.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so that is how you do individual changes to the symbol. If you were wondering.
Christina loves the repeat grid. I do too.
Such a time saver.
It's a tool that I think should be in every design design tool.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the coolest part of it is just the fact that you can have infinite possibilities with it. Like you can just do anything you want.
And you can build things, like if let's say you wanted to quickly build a calendar or something, you can create the shapes and then make a grid out of it and then drop in numbers and then you have calendar.
Yeah.
So it can be used in many different ways.
All right, so what I'm gonna say up here is these are likely to be recurring since you are like kind of giving $1 per day. So we're gonna say recurring donations. Up here, and then...
Is typing in front of everyone nerve-wracking?
It is. I know yesterday there was like a couple like mistakes and people were like, oh my God. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Just
Don't
bear
worry.
with
There's
me.
no pressure.
I'm trying to like work real time and appear, like everything's cool and under control.
This is the real design process. It's not rehearsed. It's not a tutorial.
It is not, my friends.
So we can make mistakes. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay, so for this one, this will be one-time donations. Okay. So, I'm like dying to try the interaction for this. So why don't we just do that for a second?
Yeah.
So I think what I have to do is basically make a different artboard or duplicate my artboard. Change the state.
Yep.
And then I can go ahead and I'm gonna quickly try that and see if that works. So I'm gonna go to prototype mode. I'm gonna select this symbol here and link it to the second screen. I'm gonna see drag, auto animate, that looks good. This is the artboard that I'm looking for. And then we'll just try this and see what that looks like.
Cool.
Gonna go ahead and
Boom.
it works. Okay,
Nice.
great.
Good job.
Now we can go ahead and proceed with what we were doing now that
Cool.
we know that that works.
Yeah, I think it's important as you're designing to have the interactions in mind and to test them as you go.
Absolutely.
And then you could have designed that whole artboard and then actually not have something that's functional when you want to do the drag or something.
And you want a lot of space for this because you don't want to get like confused when you see like all your symbols are gonna kind of appear on top of the other artboard. So might want to consider giving yourself a lot of room. So if I wanted to do even like the third one and say like that sits right there, then I can just have more space to do that.
Sometimes what designers have done in the past, and I don't know if you want to do this, but they'll leave a little room next to each card that shows the edge of the next card so that users know to swipe.
That's neat. Yeah, I would love to do that. And I can easily do that. Let me see. If I go in here, should be able to adjust. Oh, I'm in prototype mode. Excuse me. Right here.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and do maybe 2. So that way you can still see a little bit of the other card. Oh, but okay, what I have to do is just paste it here.
Exactly.
And over here. Sweet.
Nice.
All right, so now you can see at least a little bit more.
Cool.
We're gonna recreate that interaction too.
Hi Huxel, nice to see you. I'm doing great, thanks for asking. How are you? Piyush says, once I get to know how to use Auto Animate, I fell in love with them. And I totally agree. I think I was talking with Anna about this earlier. Auto Animate's one of those tools where you have to change the way you're thinking about the design a little bit, because designing for animation is different than designing necessarily just for your screen design. So you kind of have to recalibrate a little, but it's a fun challenge and it requires some experimentation. So that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, today is the day of experimenting because it is, like, animation is one of those things that takes a lot of time, and you really have to think through the slightest of movements, and timing becomes really important. So even right now that I'm trying to test things out, you know, sometimes you think that you have it and it was not connected. But this one is.
Nice.
Oh, okay. So don't forget to select your artboard beforehand. Quite important.
Bill says it makes it so much easier to explain to developers after designing.
It really does.
How do you go about your handoff usually? Do you find that's a complex process, or?
You know, the handoff itself is not. What's difficult is communicating intent. And I find that if you're not explicit enough, most times people won't understand what you're trying to do, and you will run into people assuming what they think should happen, and it never turns out the best way. So what I've done in the past, I've done like a lot of just like talking, showing a lot of examples. I think what tends to work best is to have that kind of interaction. Even if you're working remotely, like just take a few minutes to hop on the phone and kind of chat through some stuff. And because when you are missing that like human interaction, sometimes when you ask for something, it seems like too much. But if you personally know this person and like you have talked to them and you have explained the intent, they can relate to what you're trying to accomplish. And then at that point, it won't be such like a, oh my gosh, you are just getting me to do all of this work. It will just be more like, okay, I know where you're coming from and this becomes important to the experience. So, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So
that's a really good point.
Yeah, it's important like to just have that communication, like that face-to-face interaction.
It's funny because I think as a field, UI and UX design and development is a job that's done remotely quite frequently nowadays. And it just goes to show you, even though you're remote, you still have to communicate with people. And I know like in XD you can hand off with like developer specs.
Mm-hmm.
So you could hand somebody a prototype and also give them developer specs, and then that way, hopefully, you're leaving very little lost in translation.
Yeah, totally.
And I know, yeah, it can be useful. Ray came over from YouTube. Thanks for joining us, Ray.
Hi.
If you're watching on YouTube and you haven't joined on Behance, come check us out. It's just behance.net/live. Come say hi to us. I think we're getting very close. Yeah, we're about 3 minutes from the chat and win. So
Oh my god.
come over, say hi in Behance, and if you do so, you could win a Moo notebook in 3 minutes.
Yeah, another thing that I think it's very important to remember is that nowadays many teams are, in other countries, and language becomes kind of like a barrier as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not only is it like we are not in the same physical location, but we also speak different languages. And intent can be translated in so many different ways, which is why, tools like this really make a difference. If you could also like annotate all of your designs, that's really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Sending examples, super, super helpful.
I think, yeah, that language barrier is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And even when you're thinking about design, you have to think about your target user, your demographic, where it'll be used. Maybe this design might be adjusted if it's in a different language or in a different region.
Yeah.
So localization is also a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Hi, Maxime. Thanks for joining us. Christopher is wondering if you've ever needed to pare down a design based on developer feedback.
Yeah. So many times that's what will happen. You will find yourself, thinking, okay, this is something that's so unique and so special, and I want to have it in my experience.
Mm-hmm.
And as a creative person, you tend to think big before you think about like the basics.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're first starting your like design career, you tend to do a lot of things that are like, first, not technically feasible, and second, just months and months ahead of the actual roadmap.
Mm-hmm.
So I have definitely been there where I have this great vision and, you end up executing on only a couple things, and you have to understand that that's okay. Like,
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, design is about iteration. And if you are thinking that it's going to be perfect the first time you try it, it's not. So
Totally.
you might just, it's better if you think of it that way, and you think of it as, okay, this is first iteration. There's this vision for it, and we will get there incrementally,
Yep. Totally.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of our conversation yesterday where we were talking about sharing your process in terms of how do you enter into the world of UI and UX design.
Yeah.
And it kind of comes around the idea of if you can share your process and show how you problem solve, it makes you a little bit more hireable than just having really fancy designs on your website that
Absolutely.
aren't practical, that no one can implement, or they're not technically feasible. I think that in some ways is an indication of lack of experience as a designer because you're not solving real problems with real solutions.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's such a critical piece, and yes, we touched on it yesterday, but I would love to talk about it a little bit more just because that is so important. You can have a portfolio that shows extremely beautiful images, but if you can't explain it, if you can't have a rationale for every single thing that you did, it just falls really flat.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
yeah, being mindful about those things.
Oh, speaking of not falling flat, we have fireworks behind us, which means it's chat and win time. All right, you're wondering, what's chat and win? You're probably not. I've explained it 3 times. But if you're just joining in, all you need to do is jump on behance.net/live, get into chat, say hi to us, let us know where you're tuning in from, give us some compliments. We always appreciate them. We'll be right back. Welcome back.
Hello.
It's chat and win time, as Voodoo Val said in chat. We've got some woos. We've got somebody from Quebec, Canada. I think Maxime was here yesterday from Quebec. Elijah in chat, Chris, Roxanne,
Oh my gosh,
Kevin,
hello.
Dario. Everyone's getting in. They want to win a moon.
Ah!
Who won it?
If you don't
They
have a
want the
business
notebook.
card from Moo, you need one in your life. Like, that's probably one of the things that got me my first job.
Earlier, yesterday, in the first stream of the day, Jesse said that the paper, Moo paper, feels like crushed angel bones.
Yep,
Which is so accurate.
that is exactly how it feels like.
All right, we have our winner. It is Isaiah. Is that how you would say that? Isaiah?
Isaias? Yeah.
Rodriguez. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for chatting. Congratulations, you're the proud winner of a Moo notebook.
Oh my gosh!
If you didn't win, it's okay. You still get a discount code, which is pretty cool. You just have to go to moo.com/Adobe Live and you'll get 15% off your next order. We'll also be giving away a Moo notebook in the next stream, so stick around for that. That'll be starting in about an hour and a half.
Oh, by the way, Moo is also a great source of inspiration. They do have like this section that has a ton of beautiful work. Some templates, but also like just really cool images.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree. I think even just their website's pretty, like the design of their website's really nice. Pretty inspirational.
Okay.
Kaita agrees. Those are some good notebooks.
I know.
The pages are soft like the arm of an angel. No, the arm hair of an angel.
The arm hair. Okay, let's be specific.
Okay, so the pages are like arm hairs of an angel. Okay, maybe
Not
the cover is like crushed angel bones.
Oh. Someone's like, why would you crush angels?
I don't know. Jesse said
True.
it. Jesse said it. Just repeating what I
If
heard.
Jesse said it, I don't know.
He knows-
I think
he knows
he knows
everything.
what he's talking about.
He knows everything. Also, why would you crush angels? It's just magnificent thing. I don't know.
Moo has a great newsletter.
Yeah.
They do.
That's a good tip, Ryan.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
So we're trying to figure something out.
we have encountered a little situation.
Mm-hmm.
Situation being, I have connected my screens, but it happens to be that the hotspot for coming back to my first screen is off the artboard. So then whenever I'm trying to do the preview, I can go to the second and third tile, but I can't come back to the first one.
I see.
So we're gonna have to make some adjustments.
Nice.
And with that, I think what I'm gonna do and gonna try first is to come back to the design and make the space between them. I'm gonna adjust it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't work. I'm gonna have to adjust the cards themselves. So again, since you just created some changes in the first artboard, you're gonna have to bring this component over to the second and third.
Because you want it to have the same, well, as long as it has the same name, it should be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, and that is literally...
Claude says, look at those slick-looking rounded corners. 100% round, 100% full Cali. Claude Pichet in the chat.
That sounds like a perfect quote from Claude.
Hi,
Hi, Claude.
I think we have a pretty funny picture of Claude ready to go at some point.
Could we share it? I don't know. Is this
We
the
might-
right time? Okay, can we take
This
a
is
second?
my good friend, full Cali Claude.
Yeah, touch the beard.
Oh, wait. Oh,
Caress
there
the
we
hair.
go. There we go. Hi, Claude. Full Cali.
Full Cali.
If you're wondering who Claude is, Claude works at Adobe on the Adobe Spark team. He's been on the stream many times, and he also went through a phase in life in which he attempted to go full Cali. That was full Cali Claude.
Yeah. And if you're even wondering what full Cali means, it's a lifestyle, it's a way of living. You know, very few people understand that, I guess. Hence,
he's
he
the
just
real
wanted
deal,
to become that.
You know? He's
Yeah.
not messing around.
Okay, let's try this again.
Okay.
Hi, Alex.
Hi, Alex. You know Alex?
Yeah, I know Alex. I know Diego.
Yes.
Yeah,
Nice. You got all
Okay.
your friends in here.
I know. Best. Okay, so, oh, okay, that's working. That's working. Let me try to go back. Okay.
I see. I think I know what's going on. We've solved this problem in the past by creating an invisible hitbox. You create a shape over the card to create the animation to go backwards.
Let's do that. That's a great tip.
Yes.
Okay. So,
And you use that invisible hitbox as the swipe back.
Okay, great. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back to design. I keep forgetting.
Jessica says, thank goodness his hair is no longer full Cali. He's now gone full SF.
I know, he's like full dad mode. We talked about that a little bit yesterday too, and it is a beautiful thing.
It really is.
Okay, so we have this shape
nice.
here. Going back to prototype. Let's try this. We'll take this and go back to the screen. Okay, let me select my artboard and we'll check that out.
Hopefully this works.
Uh-oh. Hello?
XD just fell asleep on us. I wonder what it is.
Please hold.
If you select on something else and hit play, does it work?
Let's see. Let's try that.
Oh, it's really weird.
Let me go back to design, make prototype again.
If that doesn't work, let's close the program and restart it. We can switch to my computer because I actually did want to talk about something.
All right.
It's pretty cool. We just had an update for Adobe XD as of March 11th. And if you're unaware of this page, it's really cool. It's just the features update page. And so every time there's a feature update, they post the major concepts and the headlines in here. So what we were able to add to the program is we now have editable vectors in Illustrator. So basically you always could take files from Illustrator to Adobe XD, or for a while now you have been able to, and now you can actually take your objects from XD and bring them into Illustrator. So it's pretty cool. We were playing around with the select objects across groups, drag gesture in the web browser. This is what we're asking you to do today. We want to see some drag gestures in prototype mode, and then some extra things. So if you want to check this out, maybe Val can put it in chat. But yeah, there was a cool update. Did you get it restarted?
Yes.
Nice.
Let's see. It seems like it is working now, except we're trying this little trick where we do an invisible shape and we try to link it back to the second artboard.
Yeah.
So let's see if that's gonna give us, okay.
What happens if you click on it? Just,
That should work. I mean, it should work. but-
yeah, I thought that was a solve in the past. If we have any Auto Animate pros in here,
Yeah, give us some tips.
we would love some tips.
Yeah, because I think what I can try as well too is like, I know before I was trying to make this shape the one that's going back. Okay, let me use drag. And let's give this a shot. Okay.
Oh, and then maybe we have to do that on the second artboard to the first one.
Correct. Let me get this on the side.
Nice.
Here we go. Now we should be good to go. Let's.
Come on. This worked for me
Please
yesterday
work.
when my internet broke. I just prayed to the internet.
Oh, it did.
And it worked.
That was so funny. Okay, for some reason I am not having success with this.
Okay. Shubham, that is not a cliche question about Mac or Windows. I think it's a legitimate question. We have people that design, I've met plenty of designers that design in Windows, in the same amount I've met designers that design in Mac. I think it's more of a preference for most people. There are some things that are only available in Mac, but I think for the most part, for XD at least, there are very small differences between the programs on Mac and Windows to the point where it really doesn't matter very much. So you could really use either.
Okay, so good news. This is working. Got it to work, and we can just go back and forth.
Nice. Good job.
So here we go.
So was it the invisible hitbox solution?
Yep, I think
Nice.
so. Hold on, let me see. Or you can also select the background shape, and that's how you go back.
Oh, great. Cool.
Yeah.
That's even easier.
So, okay, back to it.
Cool. Thanks for hanging out, Eric. Hope you have a great day.
Okay.
And Martina, we'll do portfolio reviews tomorrow. If you want to interact with us today, we're going to be reviewing designs. So we have given you a design challenge. You can read about it on the tab above chat. If you complete the design challenge and you share it with us, you'll be eligible to win Creative Cloud for a year, and we'll also give you a review on stream. And then if you come back tomorrow, we'll actually be collecting your portfolios while we're live and giving some portfolio reviews. So come back then, you'll see a form that you can fill out.
Send us everything. Great. Okay, so one thing that I want to kind of add to this page is maybe a slight, like a super subtle description of the nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
I know yesterday we grabbed the mission statement from their website, so maybe it would be nice to like reincorporate it just to make the page feel a little bit more complete. So I'm gonna go ahead and move that and move everything down. Bring that text over. I'm gonna copy and paste it. And here we go.
Nice, that looks really good.
A little description. So, actually, okay. Thinking it needs to be maybe like a little bit of a wider text area.
Mm-hmm.
Also, yesterday, a lot of people were sending ideas for the name of the app.
Yeah, did you like any of those?
There was quite a few. Maybe we can
All right, let me
take
see.
a look at them again. I think that would be fun to do.
I'm gonna try find. I need to look in my search history to try and find it.
Alright. Very cool. Okay. I'm going to adjust everything on the other artboards as well. I think what I'm going to do temporarily is group this, just for the sake of making sure that I move everything and it stays in the same place across my artboards.
Nice.
So don't freak out. Let's see. Okay, and then that way I can just bring my text over to both artboards and paste it.
Nice. And those groups have the same name, right?
Yes.
Cool.
But I'm gonna ungroup them now just to
Oh, I see.
just to move them.
Nice. I was just gonna say, if you were to design like that and you grouped, and then the groups had different names, your drag transitions wouldn't work properly.
Okay.
I would believe.
Let's make sure that they're still working. Okay, maybe that's because I grouped it and then ungrouped it.
I wonder.
But it does say that they are connected.
Yeah. I don't think grouping and ungrouping should have affected it.
So maybe it's because, see how it's like doing the whole component instead of just this one card?
Mhm.
That might be why. And then from this one to here. Okay. We are discovering a lot of new things today.
Yeah, we're learning a lot. And if you have input for us and you're a pro in XD, feel free to let us know. I was able to find this draw pool where we
perfect.
have our app names. And our top 3 were Benefit, Fit Fund, and Fit Razor.
What?
Do you like any of those?
Fit Fund?
Yeah, Fit
Maybe.
Fund.
Tell us what you think. I think Fit Fund feels right.
I like Fit Fund.
Kind of like fun, but, fit, and
Yeah,
fundraising.
I think so. I think it sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
Anthony, I'm sorry your internet is buggy. I hope it fixes itself soon. Mine fixed itself yesterday, so I have faith.
Have faith. The internet gods are sometimes really good to us.
Yep. Yeah, I think Fit Fund is pretty nice. If you were to spell out Fit Fund, the way that they've done it on this at least is Fit, capital F, Fit, and then capital F, Fund. What do you think about just all lowercase?
All lowercase is neat.
Yeah, I feel like that might look
that.
better.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh, Here we go. Okay, so we've added our description and we have a drag animation.
Mm-hmm.
Let's double check that this is all done correctly. So from the first one, we're gonna drag into the next frame, which is this one. So from this frame, this center card will go back, which I just got rid of for some reason. And then it will go forward. So that's what this is indicating. Oh man, where's the little handle?
So you have the handle going right now, and I don't know if you can have two handles in the same component.
Maybe the handle was coming from this one.
Yeah.
Go back in here. Okay. But okay, that's going back in there.
Yeah. Let's see if that worked.
And then we have one going this way and one coming back. So that looks right. Give this a shot. Oh no, preview.
It's doing it again?
Yeah.
Strange.
We'll come back to this. How about that? Let's go back to design.
Yeah.
And
we can mess with the carousels later.
Yeah. We can work on the navigation in the meantime. So, I'm typically like a huge fan of having not only like the icon, but the actual what it means with it. I'd love to hear what people think about that, just because I know it's something that, because everyone is trying to keep the interface pretty clean, some people avoid, text altogether. I am a huge fan of just being explicit. So let me know what you think.
Yeah, we'd love to know. I personally like having the home underneath the home button.
Yeah.
The teams and the settings. I think that it alleviates any of the ambiguity out of the symbol. You know exactly what you're clicking on, but it also just kind of looks nice.
Yeah, I mean, depending on the typeface. If you're curious about the typeface that we are using right now, it's called Averta. And it is just a really beautiful font.
Let us know your favorite typeface too.
Yeah.
I'm curious what everyone's, and don't say Comic Sans, because that's everybody's
we know
favorite.
That's everyone's favorite.
Yeah. And Lobster.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's Comic Papyrus.
Oh.
Apparently.
That's next level.
Yeah, which is just.
They made a new Comic Sans not too long ago.
Oh really?
Comic New or something like that.
Oh no.
And it actually isn't that bad. Dare I say it?
That needs to stop.
Yeah, maybe we need to use that in the app somewhere.
I mean, if it's a free font and we can find it, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe you'll come back tomorrow. Everything has changed.
Jess is wondering what your favorite font is.
My favorite font. Okay, so to be perfectly honest, I think I really have a thing for Gotham, more of like as a classic font. But I also like Salic, which is one of the fonts that we're using for Classy. And it's just one of those fonts that is perfectly rounded, but it's not like as rounded as Circular, for example. But it still has like that same feeling, like that same vibe of like being really open and really friendly. So those are currently, like, I guess Gotham is more of like a, okay, that's been around, everyone has used it, but I still think it's a beautiful font. And Salic is just more of like a newer thing that I found and that I really love.
Cool, thanks for sharing. I feel like when it comes to fonts, sometimes people will avoid the classics, the ones that have been used a lot, but I think just because it's been used a lot doesn't mean that it's a bad font.
I mean,
it can still be very useful.
There's still a lot that, comes with it, a lot of history.
We got a Futura in chat. That's one of my personal favorites.
Yeah.
I like Futura a lot.
Yeah.
Fieldwork Geo Bold.
Oh.
Sounds cool. I don't know that one.
Yeah.
We've got Nevis and Audi type, Paralucent, Avenir, Circular, Avenir twice.
Avenir is beautiful.
Budaval says, I see your Comic Sans and raise you. Papyrus. Geobold or Montserrat.
Ooh, someone wants to talk about your awesome shirt.
Didact
today.
Gothic. Oh, hey, thanks, Anthony. I know. I'm just trying to be stylish,
Can
like
we
Kev.
get like a little segment of style tips with Gus?
Yeah, we'll do that some other time though.
Okay, so we have this very simple navigation, and one thing that I typically tend to do a lot is like group things. I don't know if this will be effective this time around, but I will turn everything into a symbol. So that way, if I make changes to the color of the icon,
Nice.
just to give it like an indicator of a state, we can just make sure that that cascades through our design.
Do you want to test something real quick?
Yeah.
I think if you click on the artboard and then like the whole artboard for that with your symbols in it, I think if you then hit the plus sign on assets, I think it adds everything to symbols without going in manually to do each one.
Oh, really?
I think it might. This is something that Howard did once and I was like, wait a sec.
Wait a minute. Okay, let's pay attention to this.
And
That's
if it doesn't work, then
everything.
I'll look it up. But Howard had a pro tip on how to really quickly add symbols and assets to the asset panel.
So it did
Oh, I see.
the
Okay.
entire thing.
No, that's not what we wanted.
That's not what it did add the
May-
icons though, but maybe because I just added them.
Yeah, maybe because that's not an artboard. I'm not realizing. I think that's just a shape.
Okay, let's try that. I'm gonna delete that. So
I'm gonna look that up.
we are okay. I'm gonna take this one, and just for the sake of trying, I'm gonna go ahead and remove everything, move this to the side. And if I take all of this, group it, move it here. So you're saying it doesn't have to be a group necessarily.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Let's test. I could be totally
Testing.
wrong here,
Okay.
but I think he's done this before.
And maybe let me try removing these just so we make sure that it's
Cool.
kind of working. Okay. So that added a symbol.
Okay, let's just highlight the whole artboard without actually selecting
Okay.
that group. So just selecting the name at the top.
Let's do that. And then
I think just make sure you click on it one more time. Huh. See how like when I select on an artboard it turns blue? Does it do that for you?
it doesn't.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
Dang it. Alright, I'm gonna test over here. Don't worry about me. I'm gonna figure this out.
Okay. Guys to the rescue.
I'll get it.
Okay, so in the meantime, what I'll do is turn all of these into our symbols. Okay, and then another thing that you might want to do is we're going to select a color for making sure that we know which tab we are on. So if we were to look at the app, this would be considered your home, and we would have a settings page where you would, if you wanted to, toggle between different nonprofits and charities. So just for the sake of highlighting this, just make sure everything's aligned. I notice like some of these might look a little bit off. Okay, so I'm gonna give this, I was using green for the main CTA. However, we could potentially give each one of these tabs a different color. So they are kind of like highlighting different, like depending on where you are. And now that I have that, I'm gonna go ahead and turn all of this into a symbol. I'm gonna copy this. Let me see. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna label this navigation. That's another like debate in the design community, like when it comes to navigation, like hamburger menus. I keep hearing a lot of, even though it has become such a standard and like a staple of like websites, like so many people still have like so many opinions about the hamburger menu.
Do you have an opinion on it?
I think it's a great pattern just because it has become so mainstream that everyone just continues to like know what it is. But I still like hear a lot of people say like, oh, that's hide it in the like hamburger menu, and I mean I get it, like for some things
it's kind of a catch-all a little bit.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty cool. I don't know, there are other ways to solve the problem, but I think like you had mentioned, we talked about this yesterday to a certain degree. I think we talked about it in form fields. You kind of want to do what people are used to seeing and interacting with, because you don't want to make a confusing design.
Totally.
But you also want to make something that's like innovative and fun to interact with. So
yeah, that is true.
Got to walk the line a little bit. I was able to figure out, I think.
Okay.
I think
look
this
at your screen.
is what I was thinking about. Although it doesn't work for symbols, at least here, and maybe there's a trick to do this. But so like right now, I don't have anything in my assets panel. And if I click on this whole artboard and then I say I want all these colors, I can just hit plus, and then it adds all of the colors.
Oh my
Or
gosh.
if I want the character styles, it'll just add all the character styles.
Perfect.
Which is a pretty fast, like let's say you create a whole artboard and then you forgot to add to your assets panel as you were going, you could just highlight it at the end and then it'll add it in there for you.
That is so helpful.
So that's what I was talking about, although it wouldn't work for symbols. Not sure why.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure first my navigation is in the page that I need it to be. And then make sure that my artboards are the same size.
Hi Zeki, thanks for joining us. If you're just tuning in, we have about 30 minutes left for you to share a challenge design with us. It's not the final deadline of the day, but it is the final deadline for if you want Anna and myself to review your designs. The final deadline of the day is 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. You've got to get it in before then if you want your chance to win Creative Cloud for a year. And all the details are in the tab above chat. And we're live right now designing a mobile app that's combining fitness and charity together that allows people to pursue both at the same time.
Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and move into our exercises page. So if you were here yesterday, you'll know that we talked a little bit about having your assets ready and making sure that by the time you're designing, you just have everything prepared and you don't have to, deviate from what you're doing and spend probably like an hour building iconography and coming back to your design. So we talked a lot about that, and today we're prepared with icons. So I'm gonna start creating 6 types of workouts, and these are typically what people tend to do the most. So there might be someone that's really into cycling, there might be someone who's really into yoga, weight training, CrossFit, and maybe we have outdoor activities and indoor activities.
Nice.
So what we'll do right now is we'll just kind of like have fun with the
Do you have a favorite activity out of this group?
I would say weightlifting.
Yeah?
Interestingly enough.
Cool.
Yeah, I feel like
Are you a beast in the weight room? You just throw around weight?
I try to. I am
That's
a
cool.
pretty small person, but I do give it my best.
Nice.
And it's something that it just relieves so much stress. Like if you have tried like weight training or like even boxing, I think it's one of those things that just you try and you give it your all, and then it's like, I feel incredible right now.
Yeah, totally. Kevin was talking yesterday about he does boxing now, and about how it's just he just like lets everything out, and he like leaves it all in the boxing bag and just has like a great time doing it. So
I know, and it is just depending on like the environment where you're in. I feel like people can really like at boxing studios make you feel like, it's okay to kind of let it go.
Totally.
Not
You're
feel.
like crying.
Yeah. They're like, you got this.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it.
I was actually telling him this story about the first time that I went to a boxing studio, which was just the most ridiculous thing because I showed up to this like studio that was in this like random part of town.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first time I was gonna go there. And I show up and everyone is like sweating, like very intense, like really like big men, like, and I come in with like a pink backpack. I'm like, oh hey, I'm here to like do boxing. And yeah, I feel.
Did you
like
feel
you have to
welcome though once you walked? No.
Yeah, I mean, but people were like just so competitive about it, and I was like, I am just here to like learn about it. I don't know.
That's pretty cool though that you were able to like still go in. I would feel intimidated walking up to like a boxing gym.
Oh man.
Not knowing where to go or who to talk to.
I mean, to be honest, I haven't tried it since, so I don't know.
It sounds like you have a good time doing that type of stuff. Boxing for charity.
Boxing for charity. Yeah, so.
We've got Garafi in chat, who was our winner from the challenge yesterday.
Hi!
Thanks for joining us and congratulations again.
I mean, that looked amazing.
Like we said earlier, we just got to get our teleportation device going. You can just jump on the stream.
Yeah.
Show us how to do animations.
I know. I would love some ideas for these little tiles. Mm-hmm. So I think the most important thing is that you right away come to the screen and know, okay, cycling, weightlifting, I was going to say boxing, or anything that you want to do. But I think we can still do something fun to the tiles. So if you have ideas, let us know.
Cool. I think we need like just crazy gradients on them.
Crazy gradients. Noted.
No, don't listen to me. A lot of boxing fans in chat. Also Osama. I agree. I think these icons are fresh. I was mentioning to Anna that they reminded me of the Streamline icons, although I don't think they're the Streamline icons.
No.
Hi Hector, good to see you. Thanks for joining. Good old repeat grid.
Repeat grid. Okay, what I really love and I want to do right now is I want to replace the symbols.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, but I think first I'm going to recolor all of these if I can. So I'm going to... One tip that I really like is that to make sure that icons fall in the same place no matter where they are, you always want to give them like a clear border. So you don't actually get to see the border, but every icon is like essentially occupying the same space.
Nice.
So then no matter where you place them, they are always the same width and the same height, which is like, it really makes a difference. You want to make sure that you don't have like half pixels laying around and mess up with like pixel aliasing and things like that that are just kind of weird and nasty to deal with.
Yeah, good tip.
Okay.
I think even it's funny if you see things that are really consistent in terms of their pattern. Icons, for example, if you have one icon that is slightly larger or slightly smaller than the rest of the set, for some reason, at least to me, it just stands out so much. Like I just know right away something's wrong. Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, so if I were to select this, technically, I'm going to replace that, but it replaces everything.
I think if you want to do it from, so if you were to have those icons in a file and drag and drop them, it would put them in intelligently into all 6. But since you have them in the assets panel, I think you'd have to ungroup that repeat grid.
Okay. Let's see. Ungroup.
And then each one should be an individual box now, and you should be able to drag and drop the icon.
Let's try it out. Hold on. Select it first.
Huh. Okay. Okay. Click on the grid again, the group.
I might have to do some ungroup from symbol. I mean, it's 6 of them, so that should be okay because they're all going to be pretty unique. So this might be one of those places where you don't want to use the repeat grid. So I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Because I know if you select, let me see something. If you were to select Well, let's see what this does it for you.
Hold on 1 second. Weight training. Huh.
Yeah, I think if you select the first one in the repeat grid, there's an option on the right to like turn repeat grid on and off, right?
Oh, I just ungrouped it
Oh, okay.
for,
I see what you did.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so I need to ungroup these or make sure that, let's see if I do like the indoor. Okay, yeah, it's gonna do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and ungroup these. Uh-huh.
okay. I'm gonna send Garafi's design from yesterday into chat so you can check it out.
Perfect.
Abdul.
It's so fun to see, you know, how quickly you guys have been like sending your designs, and I don't know, I just find it so interesting and so engaging.
To me, it's amazing that we can give a design challenge, and then within a couple hours, we have a lot of designs.
Right?
And different takes on the same prompt. It's really amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to see, we have 20 minutes left. We have 2 designs shared with us. I would love to see 3 more come in. Our goal yesterday was 5, and I think we got 4. Yeah, we ended up getting 4. So let's get 5 today. We can do it.
We can do it. Okay, so we only need the outdoor activity. I'm also interested in learning where people get their icons, if either you do them yourself or if you explore other places to find them. Because yesterday I know I talked a lot about, especially when you're like trying to do a wireframe or things like that, sometimes for the sake of like just being fast, you might want to like get one of those kits that a ton of designers from our community are like so kind enough to share for free. So many times that will save the day, but I'm always curious because people have a lot of like libraries that they tend to share. So yeah, I see someone makes an Illustrator. Yeah.
I know there are a lot of really cool websites for icons, and actually one of them started out as a design on Adobe Live.
Oh, really?
And I'm trying to, I don't know why, I'm having a brain fart right now. I can't remember the name. I know what it is. If Tim were here, he would digitally slap me and say, this is what it is. I don't know it off the top of my head. I'll try and find it. But
yeah.
We've got Noun Project, Icon Finder.
Noun Project is great, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it's really cool when you also get access to like editing the weights and all of that, because sometimes they will just give them like outlined, so it's kind of tricky to like play with them, but I think that's super cool. So this is indoor run. Okay. Weightlifting, cycling, run. And this is outdoor.
I can't find it. If I think of it, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. He designed it on Adobe Live, and then now it's a real icon website where you can buy icons and
that's awesome.
get ones for free.
Super cool. Okay. I'm gonna try to use like a nice, I don't want to have the yellow and the orange in the same. And then I'll probably try to adjust the green just so it's not, you know, super close to what we have in our CTAs. Maybe I'll make it like
Oh, smart.
move it more towards the yellow, like a cooler green. And then I might need an extra color, so I might have to do a purple, even though I know some people hate purple.
We had a lot of purple fans in the last stream.
I know, in the last one, yeah, but then I was watching Jesse and Kevin, and they were like hating on purple, and I'm like, but why?
I like purple.
I know. I've had someone one time say like that they have aggressive reactions to purple. I was like,
wow.
oh, that doesn't sound cool.
That sounds pretty intense.
Dangerous.
Yeah. It sounds like what a bull would do when they see red, but just purple.
Exactly. I was like, this sounds scary. I don't want to stay to figure it out.
I know we have a big purple fan in chat. Voodoo Val is a big purple fan. And Jess says, what's wrong with purple?
Nothing's wrong with purple, in my opinion.
Let's use purple. You know what? Let's just make everything purple.
Gonna go back to everything turn to purple.
Make it all purple.
Yeah. Okay.
Val says, you know who else likes purple? This girl. Anthony says, Prince. Oh, that's funny.
Let's see. Okay, there's a suggestion.
Color, yeah.
Let's try
Nils.
that. Okay. Let's see.
It's 798-7C8.
Oh, is that the one?
This is the one that you've used once
Oh
in
yeah,
your
I
Behance
know where I've
projects.
used this. Yeah. It happens to be like compared to the rest of the palette, slightly muted. Let me see. I think we want something bright. Okay, so for now, we kind of have created this section where you will be able to select your activity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna bring the navigation into this screen as well.
Nice.
Have it here. And make sure this is nice and sized. Okay.
I think you can make that navigation symbol the whole thing too, if you wanted to. And then when you were to like copy and paste it from one artboard to the next, it would just go to the right spot.
Oh, okay. So the question I have is,
Mm-hmm.
this is like way bigger than this artboard.
Mm-hmm.
Will it still know?
Oh, I don't know. So that,
Like if I copy it from here and paste it here, is it? Okay, it's gonna paste it in the center.
yeah. So instead of copy and paste, I think if you were to go to click on that artboard and then make that whole bottom nav a symbol. On the first one, sorry, on select cause. Yep. And if you were to click on that bottom nav, I think if you were to turn that into a symbol, I think.
If I have it as a symbol, should I undo it?
Oh, it already is one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so if you select the second artboard,
Yeah.
and then you select the symbol from the symbols panel, instead of copying and pasting,
And
it
drop
should put it in there. Oh, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I've seen what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
and then that way you can just have the bottom nav copied
Yeah.
onto all of your artboards in the right place.
I've seen it used for like top navigations. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Cool.
Okay.
Nils has another color to try. If you want to try it out.
Yeah. Let's give it a try.
It's A,
Let's try with this. A.
D, A, E, 4. So it's
Ooh.
slightly different purple.
Yeah, like still like kind of along the lines of the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, Robzilla, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Let us know what you're doing. Are you illustrating right now? Are you just kicked back, relaxed, watching the show? We'd love to know.
Gastronaut. Like, what
did I miss? Oh, I see. They're making the Xena noise.
Oh.
It's purple Xena's color. And they went, li, 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 li. Val and I have a war call we do in our Monday morning meetings.
Yeah.
I'm too embarrassed to do it right now.
It's maybe day 3.
Yeah,
Who knows?
maybe tomorrow. Come back tomorrow.
Come back tomorrow.
I'll warm up my vocal cords. I'll try and get it going.
All right. Very cool. So,
That powdery lilac is one of Kathleen's favorite colors.
powdery lilac.
Hmm.
Love that name. I think that's, again, naming is not one of the things that I'm strong. That's not one of my strong suits.
Yeah?
But naming colors,
You're good at?
I think it's like probably the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It would be like, if I looked at any of these, it would be like, oh, blue, purple, green, orange. Like
yeah. It's like...
I wouldn't come up with powdery lilac.
You know how there's like the Pantone like color of the year.
Yeah.
And they have like usually the coolest names, and you're like, oh my gosh, I wonder how many months they spent.
Isn't it
thinking.
like ultraviolet purple or something right now?
Yeah, probably.
I think it's something like that.
Something cool.
I think it is a purple. Let us know. Everyone that has a Google at their fingertips, what's the Pantone color of the year this year?
And what do you think of it?
Yeah. I know it was millennial pink, I think, last year.
Oh.
Could be wrong.
A lot of people love to name colors, it seems like.
Ooh, Rob's drawing for the White Sox.
What?
Dude, I'd love to see that. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, that does sound awesome. So what I'm building right now, essentially, we should have a confirmation of like, let's say I tap on yoga.
Mm-hmm.
There should be a place where I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna start my workout, and then we're gonna dive into more of like the activity, so like the yoga interface.
Cool.
So I'm just gonna work on this for a little bit.
Nice.
And we'll give it some polish.
They're saying the orange color is living coral.
Living coral.
And Val wants to name the purple color Soft Voodoo.
Ooh, that is cute.
Oh, this is great. Black Depression. Such a sad color. Also, good morning, Beck. Thanks for joining us. It's always nice to see you.
Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna get started with yoga. Bring that in here. Use my alignment tools.
Nice.
Group that. And align that one more time.
That was quick.
And here we go. Give it some space. And I think I want to keep that treatment that I was giving it here. Let me try to ungroup this because it's making it so I'm selecting everything at all times.
Nice. They want a goat yoga icon.
Goat yoga.
Oh my gosh.
Has anyone tried, okay, be honest, have you guys tried goat yoga?
I don't even know what that is. Do you know what that is?
It's literally you do yoga with goats.
Sounds kind of fun. Like, do they do yoga with you? Like,
I mean, you are doing yoga.
Surrounded by goats?
Surrounded by goats. Goats
Taught
are everywhere.
by goats?
Maybe.
Goat yoga teacher?
And they literally put goats on your back. Or like, I don't know.
So they like climb you?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's kind of weird. I don't know.
I'd try it out. We need an icon for it. So
Yeah.
if somebody makes us an icon for goat yoga,
I will make sure to add it in
we will use
here.
it.
Yeah.
So if you want to try your hand at that and come back tomorrow, share it with us. We'll put it in there.
Yes. These goats crave minerals.
I could just imagine the goats making crazy screaming noises the whole time.
They don't smell good. They don't make pretty sounds.
They kind of have spooky eyes too.
Yeah, why would you? You know?
I don't know.
But
There's only one way to find out.
There's something for everyone
Sign
in
up
this
for it.
world. Okay, I'm gonna grab a button here.
Marcello has a nice joke for us.
Okay, bring it.
I tried to do baby yoga when you try to do yoga, but a baby interrupts you because it wants to be held. I was imagining you would do like baby yoga, you know,
like
like
actual
holding your
babies.
baby and like doing yoga at the same time.
Ah, that's the cutest thing.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cute when you're doing yoga in the house and your dog thinks it's like cuddle time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kathleen's talking about the best dog in the world, Kashi.
Uh,
He has his own Instagram.
yeah.
You should all follow Kashi on Instagram.
Cuteness.
Voodoo Val says, I love goats, especially baby goats in pajamas.
I need to see a photo of this.
Yeah. Photo or it didn't happen.
Baby goats. I mean, everything that's like smaller in nature, it's cute to me, but
not baby goats?
but I don't want to do yoga with a baby goat, to be honest.
I'd do it. I just want to be taught yoga by goats,
Yeah,
like on a mountain or something.
that's your goal.
That'd be cool.
So now I'm feeling, and this is again a moment of conflict for any designer. Let's say you decide that you like the roundness of like your little modals and the cards, and then your buttons are not round enough. You know, that always happens.
So what do you do?
I think I'm gonna give them more roundness.
100% round? Claude style?
100% round. What about some like nice 20?
That's nice.
Let's see.
Well, yeah, what did we do on the other ones?
Oh, surprises. Have the button,
Oh, it changed.
it changed in size.
Oh, dang it.
But we are all good here.
Okay.
Because what I'm gonna do is
Unlink it.
unlink it. A dangerous thing to do, but sometimes necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever you do that, you want to make sure that you resize it, but then you want to make sure to also turn it into a symbol again. So now you have two different styles. You have like a large button
Nice.
size, and then you have like a smaller.
Right, so then if you make another card like this, you can use the smaller version.
Exactly. Yep.
Thanks for the reminder, Val. You have 7 minutes left to share your designs with us.
Oh my gosh.
We'll review them. Whatever you share with us, we'll review it in 7 minutes. We have 2 designs still. I'd love to see 3 more. So get them in there.
Give us 3 more.
We'll give you some feedback.
If
and
you
then
include a goat or a baby goat, your chances might be greater.
you heard it here. You heard it here first.
Yeah. And also, if Kathleen wants to share like a little photo. Oh, I think she did actually, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of Kashi?
Yeah.
I got Kashi's Instagram. I'll open it up. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold your goats.
Hold your goats. You might need like a brief, like you are about to get started. This activity. Or maybe like the proceeds of your activity will be donated to Charity Water.
Nice.
And technology is trying to be helpful, but right now
But you said no thanks.
we don't need that.
I got a picture of Kashi.
Let's see it.
Show everyone.
Oh my gosh, that's the
This
type
is
of
him.
dog that my fiance and I want to get.
Really?
Yeah.
An Australian Shepherd?
Yeah.
He's a little mountain goat.
Oh, he's so cute.
Here he is on the beach. Just being an adventurous little guy.
Look at that. That's like the perfect photo.
Aw, he's a good guy. You saw here, you should go give him a follow on Instagram.
Ooh, Jessica is saying Mo says hi. Hi, Mo. She's like, okay, the sweetest person you'll ever meet, and just so empowering, very like, she will lift your spirit. Like,
Mo?
yeah.
Aw,
I worked with her at ServiceNow,
that's such a nice thing to say.
and yeah, she's actually like so, I don't know, we've been friends for, I mean, maybe like a year now, and I would say it's one of those people that you connect with her and it's just like light and sparks.
I hope I can meet you one day, Mo.
Yeah.
Sound like a special
seriously.
person.
All right, so we're almost done with the like little activity modal. I'm trying to think, what am I missing from it? Because you select your like type of donation, either like recurring or one time. Then you're gonna go ahead and select a workout. I'm not sure if there's anything else that you would like to see here, honestly.
So I wonder if here, if you select your workout, if it's recurring, for instance, instead of starting it in a one-time instance, it would be to like set the schedule for when you're gonna do it.
Oh, maybe.
You know what I mean?
So,
Because you would think as a user, you want to go into recurring and then you select something, right? And then you go to do it that first time. And then if you want to do it every other day after that, what's your workflow look like?
ooh, okay, so more of like a little calendar setup.
Maybe.
Okay,
Just an idea.
I like that. We're gonna go ahead and build that.
Cool.
So let me just make sure that this is, I'm having spacing debates. How much space do we need?
Do you have like a rule of thumb that you go to?
I typically do like when I'm working with like little modals like this, like maybe 60 top and bottom.
Cool.
And that tends to work pretty well. But then when I was like looking at this is so small that like 50 feels right and 40 feels almost too tight. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do 50,
Cool.
and that should do the trick. Okay.
Hi,
So-
Kowser. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Igor. Good to see you.
Pretty cool. Oh my gosh, we have
Yeah.
2 minutes and 40 seconds.
They're running out
I'm
of
expecting
time.
some goats.
I don't know.
Will we get them?
Yeah, you've got 2 minutes left, so if you're still designing, export your work, share it with us,
Yeah.
and we'll give it a review. And keep in mind, you can apply the feedback that we give you to share again in the next stream, and you then will have even a better chance at winning Creative Cloud because you got some feedback from Anna.
Note, Kevin and Jesse don't know about the goat reference, so unless they're watching, if they are,
Yeah.
then you're good.
Even if they don't, they'll fall in love.
Yeah. Oh, look, someone added a little
Little goat.
goat.
There's been a couple.
Okay, yeah, so I like that. Let's say if you do a one-time donation, you would just see, okay, I'm going to go ahead and start my activity. But if you are doing a recurring donation, we might want to set up a little schedule for
Cool.
when you're planning on doing it. So let's say we're going to take it like easy and do like maybe like a weekly, like a week calendar where you select maybe I'm going to do it Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then that way maybe we can send you like a little notification or like a little nudge like, oh, okay,
Totally.
are you working out today? Or like make sure you record your workout, something like
I
that.
think that's a great idea.
Cool.
Osama's wondering if when you do these overlaid cards, do you ever blur the background?
I typically don't, just because whenever I do like a design, I like to keep it like pretty true to like what you would see. And I know material design follows this like 2 spec. Like if you were to lay something on top of another thing, you know, it would just be sitting on top. It wouldn't blur the back.
Cool.
Yeah.
I know sometimes people will
Yeah.
use that as a trick to
I think it
create
looks
depth.
nice. I think it does take a little bit more time. So.
Cool. Also, Jesse says he made a goat icon for us.
Ooh. Yes. Jesse.
So Jesse's watching and he's aware of the baby goats.
I like that he's following along, so he's kind of in
Yeah.
the know, you know?
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Okay. Okay, oh my gosh, 12 seconds.
Yes. So maybe what we'll do is we'll give them, I usually like to give everyone like an extra minute or two to like save and share just in case they're running late.
Yeah.
So even though the countdown timer is running down to 0 right now, just go ahead and export those and share them. We'll give you an extra minute. And in the meantime, we'll just finish up this card that we're working on.
Perfect. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna go and do like a little headline and say select dates, and then
Nils gave us another purple color.
are we
Only
changing
if
our
you want
mind?
to try it.
Oh,
Are you feeling brave?
I'm feeling like I want to turn everything into like all individually into symbols so I can like test all of these colors,
Oh, smart.
and that way it just cascades through.
Smart. And Mihai, your challenge, as long as you updated your prototype link that you shared with us, then we should have the updated version on our end.
Okay, so let me actually paste all of these. Because I do want to try, I love testing out different colors and making it the best thing possible.
Totally. Looks like Nils likes that too.
Perfect.
Gotta get more powdery lilac.
I mean,
Some coral, living
yeah.
coral.
Powdery, I'm all for powdery. Just recently, my coworkers, Liz and Cherry, were asking me about like, it's like a very interesting concept. Like when you think about your favorite color, that's typically what people ask you about, but they never ask you about like your second favorite or like what they're calling like your secret color, the one that you wouldn't tell people that you like, but you like. So I'm all for like the dusty colors.
Is that your secret color or is that your...
Those are my secret colors.
Okay.
I have this bottle that's like kind of almost like a lighter, like if you were to turn this lilac into like more of like a white, that would be mine.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wonder what everyone else's secret color is, because that's actually true.
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot of people that wear a lot of black clothing, black and gray clothing, their favorite color sometimes will be yellow.
Yeah, and secretly...
Or pink, or something that's like really
pink.
bright.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Tell us your secret color. Okay.
My secret color's purple. There, I said it.
He said it!
I'm actually Xena.
What do you think about that, Jesse and Kevin?
Yep.
Let's hear
it.
Okay.
Secrets. All right, I'm going to do one more quick refresh of our challenges. Pull them up.
People are sharing their secret colors. Favorite color is black. Secret color. What is this color?
Gray. Gray is one of them. I like maroon. Kathleen had said something about her secret. Oh, primary colors.
Primary colors.
Yeah. She doesn't want anyone to know, but primary colors.
That's a good one.
Well, we have a big app that somebody shared. Whoa. I'm ready to review whenever you are.
Let's do this, yeah.
Let's jump into it.
I'm too excited.
All right, so this one is 22 artboards.
Okay.
And there's some comments on the side about tap to begin, drag to see, sign up. So that's really nice because it helps us navigate the app.
We were just talking about handoff. That's perfect.
Whoa.
Oh!
What?
Oh my god.
Dude. That's amazing. So drag here. Oh, I see.
Oh wow.
Whoa. Look at that.
Look at that bounce.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Drag. Boom. Nice. That's the one thing XD needs is sound effects.
Oh yeah.
It's like
boom.
Zoom. Wow. All right. We'll keep going through.
That is sweet.
Sign up. Choose who you are. I'm a broker, duh. And I'm a tenant. Oh, wait, do I have to? Oh.
Ooh. Are you serious?
Okay, I'm a tenant. Let's go. Wow, this is amazing.
This is legit.
Whoa. Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Hi, Paul. Dang. Very impressive. Oh, what if I hit contact?
This is super cool.
I wonder if, let's see if, I'm gonna click through something again. So these are timed animations.
Wow.
Which just happen automatically, which is pretty cool. I want to see what happens if we go to broker. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, this is great work.
Yeah, fantastic job. Oh, I see here. You can click on this, and you can look at your messages.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
It's really nice
That's
work.
a really sleek UI for the attachments and the camera, all of that.
Do you have any feedback on the design or the feel? I know the animations are beautiful.
Animations are amazing. Yeah, so I think my only feedback is some of the CTAs look a little bit big in relationship to like other things.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you go to the menu and you look at the log out,
Let's log in real quick.
log in.
To me, something actually, let's go back to it real quick. On this option here, for some reason, I want to click here.
Yeah.
I don't want to click here.
Yeah.
So maybe it's something where you click here and then you drag out to which one you are, if you still want the same effect, rather than dragging it in.
Yeah.
It's just a usability thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, totally.
But sorry, we'll get to the home page.
That's cool.
So we have 5 properties. So is this the screen you're talking about?
If you go to the menu,
Here?
or
okay.
actually,
Let's go to here.
yeah, right where you see the option to log out. Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, I mean, in comparison to everything else, like, it seems like when you are trying to get someone to use your app, like, logging out is not the primary thing that you want them to do. So I would just probably make that, you know, a little bit smaller, maybe the same size as, like, your other links.
Yeah.
Provide the option, but not make it seem like that's the primary action.
That's a good tip.
It looks really cool.
Yeah. Overall, you did a great job.
Yeah.
And I think Kashish was the one that shared this. Look, Jesse just put a comment on here. Love this. Great work.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Bravo. Thanks for sharing, Kashish. You did a great job.
Real time.
And if you're watching and you think this is inspiring, you should create something and share it with us. We'll review more in the next stream. We have one more to review. It looks like this one is done by Mihail. And Mihail's in chat right now, I believe. So let us know if you're still here. This is 52 artboards.
Oh.
So we'll see if we can get through the whole thing. There's animations in here.
Very cool.
I don't know what language this is in. I can't read it very well. So we'll just click through and see. Oh, is this drag? Drag? Oh, here we go.
There we go. Our friend dragging feature.
Nice. Filter results. Little animations.
That was really sweet, like how it just moved the little pinpoints.
So there's tips here for how to use it, but I can't read them, so I don't know for sure. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to home, and instead of doing that, I'm just gonna click through and just see what it looks like. Oh, cool.
Oh, nice illustrations. It's really solid.
You have a ride tomorrow at 9. There's a cool map in here. Looks like you can go in here. Select. Wonder what happens if I...
Very cool.
Cool. Man, this is so much. Oh, and now we have like a responsive. This is web, maybe?
Look at that dashboard view.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
I have to think these last two things were not designed completely.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 2 hours.
Yeah.
I would be curious to know what you designed in the last 2 hours or added to an experience that existed, because just to me, like the user experience and the research that's demonstrated in something that's this complex, it isn't like just fresh, you know?
Yeah, totally.
So if you're watching, I would love to hear what different approaches you took that are new within this experience that are specifically for today's challenge.
Super cool.
Yeah. And if you're seeing this and it's discouraging you, don't worry. There's no like amount of pages you need for these designs. It just has to be something that has the drag. animation, and it's not based off of skill level, it's based off of your effort and your creativity. So don't worry, you can share, and we'd still love to see what you can create.
Yeah. That's super cool.
Yeah, this is really nice.
I mean, I think this
I'm
is
gonna
just a
just keep
lot of
tapping.
thinking. Yeah. I think my only feedback, it's just like literally the use of red. Red, I mean, many times can have like, oh my god.
Goats
There we
in
go.
pajamas.
Baby goats in pajamas. Oh my god.
Nicely
Oh, that's so
done.
good.
Oh my gosh.
I'm glad we just like kept going, you know?
Yeah, it just was stuck there randomly, like
Nice little Easter egg.
at 48 and then 40.
Thank you for that. That is
Oh,
like
that's so
a
good.
good moment.
So Mihail says, I've just done the interaction for filters and search a ride today. Okay. So this is an experience that he's been working on.
Cool.
But this filters thing is new for today.
Yeah.
Oh, goat's here. I see. Okay, cool. And the search a ride. This.
That is awesome.
Very cool. Well, great job. Thank you for sharing. And if you're still designing, like I said, share again in the next stream. But we're going to, for the rest of the stream, jump back into the designs.
Yeah.
And then get geared up for part 3, which would start tomorrow.
Pretty cool. All right. So let's get back into this. So we left it off where we have a screen for selecting our workout. And then depending on whether you're doing a recurring donation or you're doing a one-time donation, we will have a separate flow for each one of those. You just got goated. Yes, we did. We were
It's
not
true.
expecting that.
That's true.
Okay, so for the one-time donation, you will have a very simple flow where you select your activity and you can go ahead and start the activity. And when you do a recurring donation, you might want to keep yourself motivated or accountable by selecting a few dates when you're like committing to do the activity.
Mm-hmm.
So right now what we're doing is we're gonna do a date selection. So we're gonna keep it pretty simple and we're gonna do maybe just 1 week. And that keeps it so it's kind of attainable. You're like, okay, in this week I can probably complete these many workouts. And we'll go ahead and do that. So we're gonna go ahead and say, we're gonna make this a slightly bigger modal. And I think it's important that we mention that you have selected a recurring donation. So that way it makes more sense when you are looking at the dates.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Vivek, what version is XD in right now? It was just updated. My Creative Cloud app is installing right now.
Oop.
But it looks like Nils got you. 16.0.2.8.
See, this is trying to help me. Okay, so
And Chris, they are not original icons. They were. Did you say where you got your icons?
oh yeah, I got them from Creative Market.
Creative
yeah.
Market.
Yeah, and it's like such a cool place to find lots of awesome stuff, and many times like you will find something that's very, very close to what you need, and you can just like get it and like bring it to that level. So that's
Cool.
something that I find really helpful.
I've never played around on Creative Market, but I should check it out.
Yeah. It's really, really useful when you're trying to do like concepting and work really quickly and you're like, okay, I know exactly what I'm going for, but I don't have like the time or something. Yeah.
And we use an icon set internally sometimes that was created by Matt D. Smith, who's been on Adobe Live before. It's called Streamline. You should check that out too, because I think it's like 30,000 icons.
The Streamline is
Yeah.
incredible.
It's really amazing.
It
and
comes with,
they
like-
feel a lot like these.
Yeah. It comes with like the line and the solid.
Mhm.
and there's like different sets of like a bunch of activities and a bunch of like categories, which I think it's amazing.
Yeah, and on their website, there's a catalog that's coded into the website where you can search for different types of icons, and then it tells you where to find it in the folder that you would get when you download them all.
Okay. So let's see here. I think what I'd like to do is just do maybe like a simple Saturday. We'll do like little letters and we'll give them maybe a background so you can select it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna use the lightest gray. Don't want a border. That's like one of those things. Do you ever need the border? Someone tell me.
I think my answer would be no.
I know.
Yeah, it depends on the colors you're using, but
Yeah. But typically you don't ever need the dark border.
mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Do we have border fans in chat?
Please tell me if you use borders. If I'm not alone here.
Angelov, I'm sorry you cannot understand us. I unfortunately don't know any languages other than English. So this is the best I can do. But thanks for joining us.
Okay.
And Ashy, you do not need to design a full app like that. It's certainly not the challenge for today. The challenge for today is to create any experience, an experience that incorporates the drag gesture. It could be simply 2 artboards. And if it's creative and it demonstrates effort, then it could still win. So don't feel pressure to create a full 52 artboard experience.
That's so real. Like when you look at other people's designs and you're like, oh my gosh, like I can never do that, or like, you know, it happens all the time and it happens to all of us, but like just know like it's not about that. It's really about like what you can do with the time that you are given and like with the creativity that you have.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a good thing to remember.
Yeah, that's great. Hi, Rudy. Thanks for joining us. Paulo says, what did Paulo say? Says something about buttons, an opinion. You can create buttons using only an outline stroke.
Mm-hmm. Okay, can see that. Okay, so I think
And Mario says, I rarely use borders, more box shadows.
Yeah. I mean, that
Is there do you know what box shadow? Like I guess I don't know the difference between a box shadow and like a drop shadow, or.
I think it might be the same. I was thinking it would be the same.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so I have created these.
Nice.
I'm gonna group them to align them into here, and that way you will be able to kind of say, okay, I'm gonna do it Monday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Cool.
whichever days you want to do. And then instead of start activity, it might be something like select dates for activity, or
Yeah. Or like even something like you've already selected the dates, or like even just like a confirmation, or like
yeah. Okay, like
confirm, or
confirm.
like get going, or like get active, or I don't know, something that gives them the impression of like you're ready to go.
Get active.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
Johnny says box shadow is probably the term from CSS.
That sounds right.
Good to know.
All right. Gonna select everything and group it and make sure that it's centered within the artboard itself.
Nice.
And I might have to make some adjustments to the spacing because I know. Okay. Here we go. It's kind of the spacing that we had in the other one. All right.
I really love how this is coming together.
Yeah, it's like
It's really nice.
Becoming something.
Yeah. I'm ready to like do it. I want to sign up for some charity fitness activities.
Do some activities.
Yeah.
Okay, so next thing that comes after this, we're gonna have to design basically a screen where you see who is sponsoring you. So if you were with us yesterday, you already know this, but if you weren't, the idea here is that a company will sponsor your workout, and they are the ones that are paying for, the donation. They are the ones with the money. So technically, you start a workout, and we will have a screen where we show you who is sponsoring you, and followed by that, you will see the UI for your actual activity.
Cool.
So kind of go into that. And we're gonna have to come up with a company that will sponsor you for this particular yoga activity. So who do we want to pick?
Maybe it's like a company that makes yoga gear. Or maybe like Lululemon.
Maybe Lululemon would sponsor this for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deepak, thanks for joining us.
So how about we find an interesting Lululemon brand photo.
I gotta say, I just purchased some Lululemon pants. They're like dress pants for men.
Yeah.
And they are so comfortable.
Aren't they?
They're amazing.
I love them.
Yeah, Nils, if you got a question, shoot. I'm happy to answer it, or I'll at least do my best. I do want to remind everyone and remind ourselves that the stream will be ending in 3 minutes. So as we're winding down, just want to let you know we'll be live again right after this with Jesse and with Kevin for round 2. But this time, Kevin will be designing and Jesse will be the host. So stick around for that.
Yeah. And then tomorrow we'll continue the fun of fitness and fundraising.
Yes. Tomorrow we'll hopefully finish up some of the prototyping, some of the experience, and get a good workflow going. And we might even be able to share a prototype link that you can play with.
Totally.
In chat.
Yeah, that'd be fun. And tomorrow we should be able to select a name for sure.
Yeah, we can do
So
that.
there's still time if you want to send your ideas as far as naming this app.
Is FitFund the one we're
I kind of like
tentatively
that.
going with?
Yeah. So I might want to create a little icon for that, but yeah.
Nice.
Just so you all know. I'm gonna save this image.
And when you're searching for, let's say, Lululemon images or things like that, would Lululemon have a part on their website that's assets for different branding or that they allow people to use?
Many
You know what I mean?
times they do, but I would say I would have to check with this particular brand. I know some brands do have a kit, but yeah, I mean, you can always do that. That would be a best practice, to be honest with you. But sometimes when you're in prototype mode and you just want to get something in there.
Yeah, just placeholder, more or less.
Yep.
But maybe if you needed their logo or something,
If you need their logo, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just make sure that you find an approved logo, because that is a lot of
there's a lot of eyes on stuff like that.
Yeah. And see, even when you get them from Google, even though they're large images, they're all pixelated. So that's not going to work for us.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah.
And Nils, you're right. I did not say my favorite color. My public favorite color is dark green, forest green.
Yeah.
Kind of what's right behind me right now. I really like that color, but I think my secret favorite color is probably turquoisey blue, a bright blue. I like that color.
That's neat.
And with that, we got to close up the stream. So do you want to really quickly let them know again what the plan is for tomorrow?
Yes. So for tomorrow, we will continue work on the who's sponsoring you screen, as well as the screen where you're starting your workout and you're seeing your activity. And then we'll dive more into prototyping a little bit more, and hopefully we'll get the chance to work on your profile, so that is just a place in the app where you can see your personal stats as far as how much money you've raised and for which campaigns or for which organizations. So,
Cool.
yeah,
Sounds good.
we'll do
More
that.
designs, more prototyping, more baby goats all tomorrow in part
All
3.
here
Yes.
tomorrow.
And don't go anywhere. We'll be live again in like 5 minutes with Jesse and Kevin, so we'll see you very soon.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.